This week on News Time, Steven Soderbergh is back in the news with another innovative take on getting his projects into the world. The Logan Lucky director's latest piece of work is an interactive series on HBO, one where you control the flow. That's right, big old dummies like yourself can now participate in a choose-your-own narrative adventure that will most likely have a dismal outcome. Come on, it's Soderbergh. Logan Lucky barely had a happy ending. Side Effects ends with Rooney Mara going to a mental ward, and both Magic Mike movies end in a massive orgy brawl complete with dong swords and oil-based attacks. At least I hope it does. I have weird dreams. Let's strip down on this News Time.
It's News Time. Delivering to you the news you didn't know about, the news you didn't care about, and the news you didn't know you cared about. With host, Chad White. Now, here's that host, Chad White.
Some might say I blew my joke load with that Magic Mike reference and the cold open. Welcome back to News Time. I'm your host, Chad White. This is the disgusting comedy news you didn't know about. Last time I spoke about Steven Soderbergh, I did a story on his movie Logan Lucky as the director found a niche way of advertising to a targeted demographic. Soderbergh kept the majority of the NASCAR-based heist film aimed at the South, which paid off in dividends, presumably. It was a smart move that not many movies have done before, and it really doesn't look like it's happening again anytime soon. Now, my boy Steve is back with a new show for HBO, but this isn't your normal fare of 6-part drama or half-hour comedy series. This new show will have viewers working to put the puzzle together any way they see fit. Mosaic is the name of the game, and the app is available now. You can also head to the website to watch it too. With said app, you could watch all 7.5 hours right now. Follow one narrative branch all the way through and go back to catch up on what you missed. Then unlock additional material like clips and documents to help with the backstory. Or be a regular Joe like the rest of us and watch it all starting tonight. That's right. Mosaic starts its television run tonight. This story is so timely. Soderbergh, who produced, directed, edited, and plays cinematographer to this series, welcomes the use of technology to help tell stories. He added, "At no point were we reverse engineering the story to fit an existing piece of technology. The story was being created in lockstep with the technical team. The fluidity of that relationship made me feel comfortable because I wanted it to be a simple, intuitive experience." This isn't the director's first turn at telling a story in a non-conventional way for television. Soderbergh's Star series The Girlfriend Experience managed to tell 3 narratives over the course of its 2nd season. What's more is that the users of the Stars app can watch one of the stories in its intended order over the course of 7 to 13 episodes. The 2nd season was as well received as the first. For Mosaic, the director wanted to highlight enough choice as to be interactive, but not so much that the show was considered a video game. Soderbergh commented on the editing process of the series with The Verge, saying the app initially had 40 narrative nodes for users to choose from. That turned out to be too many, so they honed in on the elements that would engage viewers. During the Hollywood Reporter's TV Talk series, show star Sharon Stone said she escaped into the show's app for the first time when it was released, marking how the hopefulness of Mosaic is as addictive as it is viewable. Wait, I don't think I actually covered what this show's about. Yikes. Okay. Stone plays Olivia Lake, a children's book author who was murdered in a Utah resort. To say more would ruin the story, not to mention I cannot find a solid synopsis on the show anywhere. Instead, here are some more juicy details of production. Over the course of 10 weeks, the actor shot 500 pages. That's an insane number considering most movie scripts are a quarter of that length and take more than half a year to shoot. Better yet, the actors only knew their character's outcome. So post-production is the first time they got a whiff of the whole story. Outside of the Soderbergh-verse, the Burger universe, Anyway, other creators toyed with the idea of the interactive narrative. Sci-Fi's Defiance is the most notable, with this massively multiplayer online video game of the same name. In 2013, game players teamed up in one of 4 factions to shoot alien bugs and sometimes each other. The show, on the other hand, told the story of a human and his alien daughter as they tried to survive a post-apocalyptic Earth. The game was more than an MMO. It had a persistent world where the crossover events involving both the show and the game would change the world forever. Executive producer for the game, Nathan Richardson, told Sci-Fi that the events happened in each episode, crossed the mediums, and moved the story along. During the hiatus, players would also have an influence on Season 2. Here's the bad news. The game was not well received. Worse news, neither was the series, as it was canceled after just 3 seasons. This could most likely be chalked up to the massive $100 million price tag from the combined media platforms it was on, and the low ratings the show managed to scrape up weren't worth it for NBC Universal to flip the bill either. This was 2013, though, when peak TV was just a pipe dream. Still, the game is being supported and played to this day. It was even updated as recent as 2016. With all of these neat ways to be part of the show creating process, viewers need to be wary of how much information they're putting out there. Mosaic asks you to sign up using an account, mostly to seamlessly move between operating systems, but it also accepts Facebook too. Defiance knew how many people were watching. Disney's Movies Anywhere wants you to use your Google account, and apparently Spotify and Netflix are spying on the stuff you watch and listen to. Now, who could have seen that coming? It was revealed this past Christmas by the Big Red itself that it keeps a tally on who watches what and when. To many, this is cute. To what I suggest be most of you, this is a bonkers invasion of privacy. But Netflix spokesman Jonathan Friedland told the New York Times that, unlike other tech giants, they don't sell ads based on the information they gather. But still. If you thought your targeted ads were bad before, you have another thing coming. Spotify has been buying ad space on billboards for years and adding these cute little phrases that are hyper-specific and still very, very, very creepy, even if they ask for permission. This coming from the guy who's entrusted 70% of his life to the Google ecosystem. But like I said, Spotify does ask for permission. Google. These new ways of experiencing TV, movies, music, and games are more than novel. They're simple yet engaging and rewarding in the end game. Defiance may not have lasted 10 years, but 3 seasons and a dedicated player base are nothing to scoff at. Some multiplayer games today are struggling to even keep their servers on. And Girlfriend Experience and Mosaic are giving these narrative journeys a low barrier of entry, just as the App Store eclipses the box office. People want to try new things, and they're willing to dedicate their time to it, too. And that's all the news I have for you for this week on News Time. Why don't you subscribe and check out one of our other videos? Of course, you can always head to the website cpluscomedy.com, where my voice will not turn high pitch. You can follow us on Twitter at cpluscomedy. Follow me on Twitter at ChadBlackWhite. Like us on Facebook. Listen to the Constitutionals podcast. Please, it's just me talking about myself. And don't forget that you always need to have a backup to your backup. What does that mean?